any industry, being a minority, what type of advice would you give to them?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say don't go in it thinking I'm a minority.
That's good.
Because your mindset has a lot to do with how we progress in business, in the industry, in the community. So I didn't go in again thinking, oh, I'm a black female in construction. No, I think, oh, I'm one of the best contractors in construction, and that's why you need to work with me. Put all the rest to the side.
That's right. That's right.
So mindset it means a lot.
Hey guys, it's your host Monique Williams with another episode of Know with Mo. I have a very special guest with me today who is very near and dear to my heart. She is a realtor. She is the CEO and president of LLE Construction Group in Columbia, South Carolina. She is a licensed general contractor, but that's just to name a few in the industry. She's also a wife. She's a mother. She's a grandmother now. I have Miss Lasenta Lewis-Ellis with me today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
So excited to be here.
Always a pleasure to have you here with us. So, real quick, because I know a lot of people may not, know who Lasenta is. Mm-hmm. Explain to us who you are.
Who is Lasenta?
Who is Lasenta?
Oh, that's a good question. So, one, I'm a child of the Most High God.
Absolutely.
And I am a wife to Anthony Ellis, a mom to 4 children that I birthed and 2 stepdaughters. I consider myself a business leader in the community. I'm a philanthropist because I believe in giving back in the community. And I'm also the president and CEO of LLE Construction Group. As you know, there's not a lot of minority and women-owned construction companies in South Carolina.
Right.
So I pride myself on being amongst the best.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
So, Miss Lasenta, okay, a lot of people, this is just a story about myself and how I met Miss Lasenta. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know, but Miss Lasenta is my mentor. Mm-hmm. And a while ago, I guess it was 2 years ago, I had a business meeting with a guy, and he told me at that time, I guess because he saw something in me and I was going into real estate, but at that time he said, go to my LinkedIn, find 3 people that you want to talk to and let me introduce you to them, and we'll go from there. Wow. Whoever's going to help you in your business, I will do that for you. So I said, okay, I'll do that. So I went home. I started trying to dig around. I went into his LinkedIn, and I was like, okay, I see one person. Oh, wow. Which was Miss Lasenta that I really wanted to talk to. I kept going. Weeks went by. The guy, he was like, did you find those 3 people? I said, well, I only found one person, so give me just a little bit more time. So finally, I was just like, I'm going to let him know that I have this one person because I really, felt like I wouldn't benefit from anyone else. But before I reached out to him, I said, I started following you on social media. And I wanted to see what type of work she did, make sure, it was God's work or whatever the case was. Mm-hmm. And one night she posted something, and I was like, you know what? This is a God thing. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to her and message her. Did not expect to get a message back. Oh, wow. I prayed about it before I did it. Mm-hmm. And when I did, I said, you know what? I'm going to message her. We did it. She responded back within like 5 minutes. Oh, wow. And I was like, before I even opened it up, I prayed. Mm-hmm. Because I said, I don't know, what this message is going to be or what her response will be. Mm-hmm. But I pray that it's going to be fruitful. She responded, absolutely. I would love to be your mentor. And I was so grateful. I'll be honest with you. I was grateful. So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I did not know the backdrop story. Well, I commend whoever the guy was for even offering to connect you. Yeah. Because you don't see a lot of that, especially in the business environment. So that was good to hear.
Right. Yeah. So, Miss Lasenta, when we think about construction, we think about a man with a hard hat in cement. That's what I think about anyway. So what made you decide to get into construction and contracting? Why did you take that route?
Well, so my degree is architecture, engineering, technology. So I came out of college designing spaces. So eventually, while designing spaces for the University of South Carolina and the design and engineering, a lot of times the construction guys would criticize my designs. They're pretty, but they couldn't build it. So that forced me to learn construction.
Okay.
Because I did want to build designs that they could, design projects that they could build upon.
Right.
So I said, okay, let me go back to school, and I took some continuing ed and learned construction. And then eventually I tried to position myself from a job or career perspective to be in jobs where I was exposed to construction.
Wow.
And so from there, I worked for another general contracting firm. We did construction management and landscape design. Well, we partnered with one of the oldest construction companies in the state.
Okay.
So I had an opportunity to learn more day-to-day construction. And then one day, my old boss, he said, if anyone's willing to take the general contractor's exam, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for you to get your books and take the exam. Well, he asked everyone in the company but the only female, which was me.
Wow.
And I remember sitting in the meeting, it was like, I want to try it, And so he was like, really? Yes, I do. So eventually, I studied for the exam. The first time around, I did not pass. I won't tell you no tale.
That's okay.
It kicked my behind. It was hard. And the second time, I missed it by 1 point. So I went back the third time and I passed.
Awesome.
So that was my route into general contracting.
Awesome.
And from there, I lost my job in the industry, so I started my own company.
Wow. Well, I want to just kind of piggyback off what you said, which was really good. I like that you said that I didn't pass the first time, I didn't pass the second time, but I got up and I went the third time and I passed. Yes. So just a little side note, I just want somebody to understand, don't give up on whatever your dream is. Keep going. Of course, this test that we have to get past, even with my real estate exam, I'll be honest, I didn't pass the first time. I didn't pass the second time. By the second time, I was mad. I was mad, so I went the third time and I passed it. So that's just, something for you guys to just kind of understand. Keep moving. Don't let that, hinder you.
That's right. And I encourage business owners, women, the first time around, we may not get it,
right,
but it's okay. That's a learning. What you've done now is prepare you for what's next.
Right.
So the second time I took the exam, I knew what to study for. I knew, I need to focus more on concrete or rebar or steel or whatever. And so because the second time I went in there, I just knew I was going to pass. That 1 point, I was like, I'm not giving up. So I thank you for saying that, because I encourage people, we may not get it the first time around, maybe not even the second.
That's right.
Does not mean that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You might have to keep trying until you get it.
Exactly. So I love that.
Thank you.
So let's talk about adversity in the industry.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
Because I know that you being a woman in contracting and construction, I'm sure you had to deal with a lot of it. So just kind of give us some information or some insight on the things that you may have had to deal with, and how did you overcome it?
Okay. Well, I'll say when I went into architecture, engineering, technology, I never knew the statistics. I didn't know there wasn't a lot of women or black women in the industry.
Right.
I didn't know. I went in it because it was something that I was passionate about. And really that didn't matter to me, because I felt if this is something I want to do, it's going to happen regardless of adversity. Because we're going to deal with that anyway, no matter, what we try to achieve. So when I went into the field, my first job, I was the only female and the only minority. But I was around some really great people who they did sow a seed into me, which was great, but some things I had to kind of learn on my own as well.
Right.
But that's okay. I never really looked at it like, okay, Lasenta, you're a black female in this space, as a hindrance.
Right.
I just didn't.
That's good.
But I'll say too, as a contractor, I try not to look at that. Now, some things smack you in the face and let you know the reality of it. Like, okay, whether you don't want to see it or not, it still exists. There are some disparities in encouraging more women and minority in construction because we do have to deal with a lot. We have to deal with, men in the space thinking we don't know what we're talking about. And so that's why I encourage women who are interested in contracting, interested in construction, learn what you do. If you can't do anything else, and I think me and you had a conversation about taking some construction classes. And really learning what it means to be in the industry. Because that's one thing nobody going to take from you, the knowledge.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, a client wants to get the job done, whether you female or whatever. If you can produce for a client and you can make it happen, that's what matters for me at the end of the day. And I've seen it with our clients. So I've dealt with, like when on the sites, I've worked construction sites. And the older guys, they were reluctant that I should not be there.
Of course.
And a lot of times I was the project manager, so technically I was their boss. And I will say this, I never go into a new project with people, especially my site guys, thinking, oh, I'm the boss, you better listen to me. Like, it's a team effort. And when I go in, you know your place, I know mine. You do your job, I do my job. You screw up, I got to clean it up. So I have to be very, what can I say? I have to make sure that I'm nurturing them as well, even though they don't know that's what I'm doing. Right. So I'll give you an example. I had a site guy who he messed up, okay, with the schedule, with our some of our subs. We were off schedule. Well, that could get us in trouble with a client. But as the project manager, it's my job to fix it.
That's right.
And when I did, he now realized, okay, I get why she's here. I get her role. And I earned respect from that. Yeah. So a lot of times I don't go in saying, yeah, I'm the woman, I'm the boss. Do what I tell you to do. That's right. Because we each have a role to play in the construction process. So that's right. I can think of a lot of other diverse or adverse situations that are not good, that are negative, things that's been said to me that is inappropriate, as a female and just as a minority in a space that is predominantly male and white. Yeah. But I try not to linger on the negative. I take those and figure out how can I make it the positive. So I won't go into some of that stuff because it's pretty bad. Wow. Yeah, but it's okay. Look, God get the glory. I continue to move forward. My company's doing, we progress regardless of that, and we will continue to, grow.
And I will say this too. She does have $1 million company, by the way. But on that note, though, seriously, and the reason I asked you that question is because I know me as a African American woman coming into real estate. Before I wanted to do real estate, a lot of people don't know this, but I went into real estate for just wanting to flip homes, right? That was my goal. I just wanted to flip homes. So when I started talking about it, people would be like, well, you don't really have to take the real estate exam to flip homes. And I understood that. I know I didn't. However, when I did try to go that route of not doing real estate and, asking different contractors, it was majority men that I had to ask, whether it was African American or Caucasian, they were men. So when I went to them and asked them questions, it would go elsewhere. And I never wanted anybody to feel like, or myself, that I had to give up something in order to do business. Yeah. That's not how I do business. Yeah. So I took the long route and I said, you know what? I'm going to take the class. I'm going to do real estate and I'm going to learn that way. When I reached out to you, which was a blessing, that's why I said I could not find anybody else because you were doing what I wanted to do. You were African American and you were a woman. So again, I thank you for that. Oh, you're welcome. There was nobody else there and you were there. So thank you.
Thank you.
And you were, nearby. It was like just a drive, an hour drive. So I appreciate that. Yeah. So Miss Lasenta, tell me one of the greatest rewards that you received as being a woman contractor in the business.
So in 2016, I was awarded an Enterprising Woman of the Year, which is a national award. I know, so exciting. I was nominated by Joanne LeBlanc, Joanne LeBounty. I'm sorry, I missed her name. Sorry, Joe. And she is the president and CEO of Spartanburg Meat Plant out of Spartanburg. And she recommended me for this award because several reasons. One, I'm progressing in my business, which is one of the criterias, but also that I give back in the community and that I also give back to our youth. So that award was very personal for me because we work hard, and we don't look back to really see what all we've accomplished in that journey. Well, I didn't. And so to finally be recognized for something that I put all my heart and soul into with my business and my community meant so much to me. And then I'll say I won't call it an award, but reward to being a Black female in construction is the opportunity to mentor someone like you and to really give back to other women who are coming behind me who want to be in this space. And so for me, that means a lot to be able to mentor and share, my knowledge, because I didn't have that when I started my business. I didn't have people really pouring into me like I needed it in order for me to grow my business. We grew very fast. But had I had a mentor, there's some things that I really messed up that I probably would have done better had I had someone there to kind of give me some advice. So for me, that's rewarding when I see you doing something that I've either recommended or giving you advice on, and you took it and you ran with it. That's rewarding for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And just touching on a little bit about mentorship. First of all, again, like I said, thank you for being willing to mentor and teach other women coming in behind you, because you don't have to. You know what I mean? But you have a heart to do that, and we thank you for that. And even myself as a realtor, and I know I've only been a real estate agent for 2 years, but I didn't have great mentorship coming in either. And it was like some things I messed up and I shouldn't have. But if I had that mentorship, it would have been a whole lot better. So my heart is around other realtors, which is why I joined this company that I'm with now, because I know that I can have other realtors come with me or under me, and I can mentor them. So they don't make the mistakes that I did. You know what I mean? And I'm very passionate about that because it's near and dear to my heart, seriously, because if I had mentorship, and I'm going to make you laugh, but the very first contract that I wrote up, thank God for the other real estate agent on the other side. Oh, wow. And I'm telling you, he called me back and he said, "Is this your first time writing the contract?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, let's do this together because we want to both get paid. So I'm going to help you with this contract." Wow, that's awesome. Thank God. Yeah. So mentorship is a big thing. I appreciate you again for, just stepping out and helping other, not just women, but, other people coming behind you.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So wrapping this up, what would be some advice that you would give a minority coming into this industry? It could be anything. Just in any industry, being a minority, what type of advice would you give to them?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say don't go in and thinking I'm a minority.
That's good.
Because your mindset has a lot to do with how we progress in business, in the industry, in the community. So I didn't go in, again, thinking, I'm a Black female in construction. No, I think, I'm one of the best contractors in construction, and that's why you need to work with me. Put all the rest to the side.
That's right. That's right.
So mindset it means a lot. Yeah. Also, as a contractor, you have to get your financial house in order. Yeah. Okay. And that's in business, period. You need to know how to balance a checkbook at home and in your business. And you have to build good relationships outside of just your business. Get an accountant, get a bookkeeper, get you an attorney, a business attorney. I have a tax attorney. I have a workers' comp attorney. Wow. So a lot of times you have to surround yourself with other professionals that can be of support for your business when you need it. Right. Your insurance agent, they're a part of your team, So for me, it's critical to build those relationships. In business, build good relationships. That's really good. Yeah, it is, because people don't want to do business with people with bad attitudes or just not doing business well. I don't want to do business with you if you're not going to do the right things,
right.
you know? So that's advice I want to give. And also, don't be afraid to ask. You know, we talk about mentorship. You weren't afraid to ask. Whether you prayed about it or however you did it, you made the ask.
Right.
So we can start there. Somebody may say no, or maybe not right now. A no can mean not right now. For someone like me, I get so many requests for mentorship. And honestly, I'm really busy. I don't have the time to put in like I want to. I do want to develop a program that's kind of take my hands off of it. It's automated so that I can, sow into other people indirectly sometimes. But I will say still ask. Even if you know the person busy, don't be afraid to make that step. Another advice I would give, outside of just developing good relationships, build a team of people around you who can support you. Because I don't want to always be the smartest person in the room. I don't. Like you said, and you had another realtor that helped you, that's critical.
Yes.
Because when you're surrounded, even I think about your space where you are right now, you're surrounded by other real estate professionals. If you have questions, y'all can come and ask each other. That is how we progress. Teamwork make the dream work. I truly believe that. and if it was not for my team at LLE Construction Group, I wouldn't be where I am today. I didn't build this business by myself. I had other people in my corner working with me. I had clients that built really good relationships with that keeps feeding us projects. That's how we grow. So if I can I'm sure there's other advice or tidbits I can share. I probably can go on and on and on. But those are some of the critical ones that have been a good impact for me building $1 million business and going to a 20 million or wherever I'm going next.
That's right.
Those are the things that have helped me to grow.
Listen, that is golden. That is golden. And I'm praying that somebody will listen to this and hopefully it will help you. Thank you so much for being with us here on Know with Mo. We appreciate you as always.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us, how can we follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Lasenta Lewis-Ellis, President and CEO of LLE Construction Group. We're on Facebook at LLE Construction, on Instagram, Lasenta Lewis-Ellis. Also on LinkedIn, you can look me up, Lasenta Lewis-Ellis. And we have a YouTube page, LLE Construction Group, and you can follow me on those channels.
Okay, awesome. You guys, if y'all want to get in touch with her, make sure you follow those social media handles. Guys, once again, thank you so much for joining us on the Know with Mo show. Make sure you go subscribe to our page on YouTube and also follow us on Instagram at Know with Mo.